Hey everybody, Ghost Fox here. Today we're going to look at new Bluetooth headphones from Sharkk with 2Ks. Now, one of my friends recently reminded me of a Monty Python sketch that kind of has a little bit of a similar joke. There's a whole thing about this bookstore and do they have David Copperfield? The guy says yes with one P, Copperfield with one P. Anyway, just kind of a weird thing. So if you're familiar with Monty Python, you might have noticed that. Or if not, you should go look up the sketch. It's actually pretty funny. One of my friends linked it. But this is Sharkk with 2Ks. This is not to be confused with the Sharkk company that makes vacuum cleaners, which is just Sharkk with 1K. But here's a look at the box for it. This is the Claro Bluetooth headphones, and this unit features active noise canceling, which I'm a huge fan of, and anybody who travels or particularly flies will also be interested in this technology and may want a pair of headphones just like this. It's actually a really nice box, but you open it up and within the box is also another container. It actually has its own hard case, protective hard case. Let me just set this box aside real quick. So it has its own protective hard case, which is really great. Obviously, you can store them in it. It makes them more compact and definitely helps protect it rather than the ones that just kind of have a sort of a fabric bag. It's a little cheaper. These are sort of, I would say, a mid to high end Bluetooth headset. And probably, obviously leaning more toward the high end. I say mid because it's actually not that expensive. For something with active noise canceling, it's hard to come across a unit that's under $100, but these actually do manage to do that. The active noise canceling on it does work very well. However, I would say it's not perfect. There are some products that are a little superior in terms of the quality of the active noise canceling feature. So these are still going to be very effective. If you're on a plane, it's definitely going to dull out, if not eliminate, the roar of the jet engines, and you're not going to be able to hear most of the sounds around you, but it's not quite up to the quality of, say, the Plantronics or even the newest high-end Bohm, but it's also far less expensive. It's at least $30 cheaper than the next option above it, if not $100 when you start getting into those high-end units like the Plantronics, like Bose, and things like that. This is also an extremely light headset. Here's a look at it. This actually only weighs in at around a half a pound. So unlike some of the others, which tend to be pretty heavy, I actually have the Plantronics Backbeat Pro, and those weigh over a pound. They're close to a pound and a half, which means putting them on your head, very, very noticeable. When you wear these, they're actually not that noticeable at all. They're quite light, and though they do have this square design to the ear cups, I was initially kind of wondering, well, how's that even going to work? Obviously, we don't have square ears. Is it going to be big enough? How's the fit going to be? But actually, it's quite good. I have, kind of bigger than average ears, and these still fit me just fine. They completely cover my ears, completely inside, and when I put them on, they have, even without turning on the active noise canceling, these have great passive noise canceling. They're muffling everything extremely well. Can't hear anything around me at all, and even my own voice is nicely muffled. Now with active noise canceling, when you turn that feature on, you'll even notice that your voice, the vibration of your own voice in your own head is muffled. It's because they use a type of technology that alters the frequency of sounds in a way that limits or eliminates outside noises. This does slightly alter the sound of the music that you're listening to, and I've mentioned this, all active noise canceling headphones do this. So if you buy any pair, you're going to notice a slight change in the sound of your music when you turn on that feature. It is not an always on feature. There is a switch for this. For this one, it's just this little switch right here. When you turn it on, that light comes on, and that indicates that the active noise canceling is on. It does have controls on the other side for answering calls, obviously. It's also the play pause button. This is sort of a multi-function button. And then you have forward and backward, which also will control the volume for you, up and down. And then if you hold it, you can skip forward and backward in tracks and things like that. Pretty standard for Bluetooth. Obviously had no problem connecting with these whatsoever with Bluetooth, and no problems whatsoever. On the bottom of the ear cup over here, we have the charging as well as a spot for an auxiliary cable plug-in. So if you want to just run an auxiliary cable from your device to your headset, you can do that. You don't have to use the Bluetooth, which I think is a great option. Some of the Bluetooth headphones, particularly the less expensive ones, do not have that option. You have to use the Bluetooth feature. So if you either don't want to or happen to have a device that is not Bluetooth enabled, let's say you're using a tablet that doesn't have Bluetooth functionality in it, you wouldn't be able to use these. But with this particular model and most of these higher end models, you can. You can just plug in an auxiliary cable straight to it, and you don't even have to power the unit if you don't want to. So that's kind of a really nice feature of these. They are very comfortable along with being light. They have a very soft, squishy little foam pad under this faux leather cover here on the headband, which makes them very comfortable. The ear cups are quite deep. Now, this doesn't have any padding on the inner part of the ear cup, which I often prefer just in case your ears stick out a little bit. It's kind of nice to have that and not rubbing against a hard surface. But the ear cups are deep enough in this that I didn't have any problem with that at all. I wasn't worried about it, and I don't think there's a problem with any kind of rubbing or anything like that. And I think these will be a great fit for pretty much anyone. They do have this nice little rotating feature. They can rotate in and out as well as rotate up and down a little bit to kind of give a more custom fit. I think that's really nice. These are obviously foldable and collapsible so that they can fit into their case there. So for under $100, I think this is probably the best headset that you can get that has that active noise canceling feature. The sound quality on these is outstanding. They've got really good bass as well as extremely clear mid and high ranges. I have absolutely no complaints about the sound quality on these whatsoever. The active noise canceling isn't as good as some other units. It's still very good, but the more expensive ones do tend to have a superior feature for the active noise canceling. So if you are on a plane, you might hear a little bit more of the jet and the engine noise than you would if you're spending, double and getting more of those top of the line. But for an inexpensive yet still high-end pair of headphones, these are a really good product. So that is a look at the Sharkk with 2Ks Claro Bluetooth headphones with active noise canceling. If you like the video, go ahead and let me know. Give me a little thumbs up or a like. And as always, if you have any questions about any of the tech I've reviewed, I'm more than happy to answer them. Thanks a lot for watching.